Here's what I really, really like. I like the next two. This support idea, acknowledging that it's difficult and then being really confident in their ability to handle that difficulty. So it sounds something like this. You're the worst parent ever. I get it, it's really tough. You can handle it though. That's all it is. You can figure it out. And you're gonna say, when we have questions, you're gonna say, but they can't figure it out? And I'm gonna say, that's how they figure it out. So they don't know how to swim. They're never gonna learn how to swim if you keep jumping in the pool every time that they go under for a second. The way that kids learn how to swim, kind of get into a panic state, and then you on the sidelines of the pool go, it is really hard, but you can do it. Pull, pull, pull. Come to me. That's how kids learn how to swim. Same when they take the training wheels off the bike. They don't know how to do it until you take the training wheels off, and usually when that happens, parents have to do it this way because they know they're gonna fall. But they do it and they say, like, it's gonna be hard, but you're gonna be fine. And that's how kids learn how to ride bikes. It's the same sort of thing with other tasks too. You say, it is gonna be hard. So here's what happens if you say it's not that big of a deal. That's where they're going to start dialing up their emotions to make you realize it's a bigger deal than you understand. If you say, math isn't that hard, this is easy math. Like, if you even have the second part of the conversation, that's like you walking into your home and telling your partner to, like, just calm down. No, I'm not calming down. You're gonna hear how angry I am right now. And you're gonna hear how angry I am right now until you actually acknowledge that I'm angry and that you're probably part of the reason. And then once you have that, once they say, like, oh my gosh, I see you're really upset. Okay, thanks. Now we can move on. And kids will do the same sort of thing. So until you can acknowledge it, here's the distinction I want to make though. You're not agreeing with their reasons. You're not, sometimes parents will say, well, I'm really afraid that if I tell them, like, oh, I see you're mad, I'm just going to reinforce it. I'm going to reinforce a bad behavior. There's no evidence that that happens. Zero. The evidence actually says that if you don't reinforce it, they get more upset. And you can, don't take my word on this. Don't even believe the research on this. What's your own experience tell you? Has your kid ever gotten better when you told them it's not a big deal? No, they probably just were quiet about it until you left them alone. And then the next time it came up, which it inevitably will come up again, it was a really big deal. So the next math assignment was another argument. So instead you say, yeah, math seems impossible. Wow, you're gonna figure it out. And that, what you're doing right there, so earlier when I said mammals come closer and your emotions map on, when you say something to your child like, this is really tough and you're gonna figure it out, pay attention to what you're not doing. You're not getting wrapped up in their emotions anymore. You're also not physically in their space anymore. And that is actually what reinforces the problem. So if every time they get angry, you come physically closer and you get all wrapped up in their emotions, that not only reinforces the anxiety, but it reinforces the process of, if I need you to come closer to me, I need to have a big tantrum to do that. So you can actually hopefully understand that telling them you can handle it or you'll be okay. Sometimes in my experience, I've heard one parent is really good at this part. You're gonna be fine. They're great at that. And they're terrible at this part. I get it, it's tough, it sounds awful. Sometimes parents are really good at the other one. They're like, oh, poor baby, this is so tough. But then they never say, like, you can handle it. They say, like, it's so tough, I'll take care of it for you. And the kid's like, oh, okay, I guess I can't do it. So putting these together, acknowledgement and expressing confidence. There's a ton of evidence that this works, especially in super high anxiety cases, like disorder level cases. Kid says, oh, I have a stomach ache, I can't go to school. Oh, poor kid, stay home. Guess what happens for like the next 4 weeks? Lots of stomach aches. By the way, the kids aren't lying about it. Their stomach really hurts. But they've convinced themselves that that's because, well, if mom says it hurts, then it must hurt. How many of you have seen your child fall and then you have a moment in your mind where you say, yay! And they're like, oh, all right. It's the same thing with emotions. If you haven't done that yet, try it out. I mean, don't push them over, but